بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
One of the Sahaba asked, Ya Rasulullah, is there a sign that Iman entered the heart of a person? He said, yeah, there are 3 signs. Is there a sign that Allah Ta'ala opened the heart of a person? He said, yes. He said, number 1, Al-inabatu ila dar al-khulud, that a person should have an inclination towards the afterlife. He hopes for the akhirah. Number 2, وَالتَّجَافِي عَنْ دَارِ الْغُرُورِ, and he doesn't have an inclination towards the life of this world. He's not about, mansions and cars and, I'm happy with what Allah has given me. قُوتِ لَا يَمُوتِ, whatever Allah Ta'ala gives me, I'm pleased with that. He's not concerned that I have 2 stores, I have to have 4. I have 4 houses, now I have to have 10. Doesn't care. Al-istidadu, and so he says, At-tajafi an dar al-ghurur. He has no inclination towards the life of this deception. And then thirdly, wal-istidadu lil-maut qabla nuzulihi, and preparing for death before it comes. He said, this is the 3 signs that Allah made sharh sadr. This is a sign of sharh sadr. أَفَمَنْ شَرَحَ اللَّهُ صَدْرَهُ فَهُوَ عَلَى نُورٍ مِّن رَبِّهِ. The one who Allah opened his heart, there's 3 signs. So we should all see, is the nur of Allah in our hearts? Number 1, that you have an inclination towards the next life. Oh, if Allah give me Jannah. I wish Allah Ta'ala would be pleased with me. I wish Allah Ta'ala would give me the akhirah. I wish I could have, the reward and the ajr on the day of judgment. This is what I want. Al-inabatu ila daril khulud, an inclination to the abode of paradise. Yani to the abode, the everlasting abode, the everlasting home. Number 2, وَالتَّجَافِي عَنْ دَارِ الْغُرُورِ, a disinclination for the abode of deception. Tajafi عَنْ دَارِ الْغُرُورِ. He doesn't want dar al-ghurur. He doesn't want to become maghrur with the life of deception. He says, whatever Allah قُوتِ لَا يَمُوتِ gives me, I'm happy with that. Qina'ah. This is a sign that Iman is in a person's heart. And number 3, وَالْإِسْتِعْدَادُ لِلْمَوْتِ قَبْلَ نُزُولِهِ. He prepares for death before it comes. These are the 3 signs that the nur Iman is in a person's heart. Otherwise, what's the difference between him and a kafir? What's the difference between that person and a kafir? He doesn't care about the akhirah. He loves the life of this world. Every single second, every single minute, he's building the life of this world. He doesn't care about namaz. He doesn't care about his Jummah. He doesn't care about his sadaqat or hajj or umrah or anything. And number 3, he's not preparing for death. Oh, death, who knows about death? We'll talk about death when death comes. What's the difference between you and a kafir? This is the sign of a mu'min. From a general sense, that the nur of Iman is in a person's heart. When that nur is in your heart, it's supposed to do something to you, right? If there's, for example, if a person loves their children, if you love your parents, if you love your, family, you do something. Something happens when you love your family, right? Something happens. This is the sign of loving your family. This is the sign of loving your kids. This is the sign of loving your wife. This is the sign of loving your spouse. These are the signs. Something happens to you. So the Prophet saying is, this is what happens to you when Allah brings Iman and nur in your heart. You become inclined towards the next life. You're thinking about akhirat. And number 2, you're content with the life of this world. Bas, and that much that is going to be suffice for me. Enough for me and my family and my existence. That's it. I don't need to become Bill Gates or, these other people. This is not my plan. And number 3, prepare for my akhirah before it comes. If a person has that, this is the sign that Allah Ta'ala has opened his heart for Iman.